Can we just talk about what the fuck has happened to Marvel in like the span of 2 movies? Holy shit. So last week I saw Shang-Chi, and this week, well, just today, I saw The Eternals. And as far as movie-going experiences have been, these are by far the worst I've had. Let's start off with Shang-Chi, because honestly, it's so fucking forgettable, I can't really remember much of it. So, first off, fuckload of retconning. Why? This era of Marvel is just backtracking whatever the fuck was going on in the first movies so that everything can make sense now. Who cares? It doesn't have to be perfect. You've already got great fucking movies. 23 of them. The writing in Shang-Chi, terrible. What the fuck was all of that about? You've got the worst fucking written dialogue. Oh, actually, except for The Eternals. But before I saw The Eternals, it was one of the worst written dialogues I've ever seen in a Marvel movie, be it in the MCU or otherwise. It was just crap. The writing was clunky as fuck. It was fucking awful. And the jokes, oh my god, the jokes. I'm one for jokes. I like comedy. Comedy is my wheelhouse. What the fuck was this? This was like if you got your kid to write every single joke for you, and all the jokes were like, why did the fucking dad cross the road? Because his mother died. Ha 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 ha. Get the fuck out of here, little shit, before I fucking drop kick you. Every single line, every single joke in this movie was that. Next off, the CGI. What happened to Marvel's budget? Everything in here looks like it was composited by the kid I just drop kicked. You remember that like deleted scene that they showed in Avengers Endgame of Hulk like holding something? I don't even remember what it was. Most of the fucking CGI was like that. I don't know why. It was awful. The 10 rings itself was a fucking MacGuffin that was useless as fuck. Every single time that the 10 rings was mentioned, it was easily outdone by martial arts itself. Like when the dad is fighting the mother for the first time, the mother wins, and that sets the precedent for the entire fucking movie. Martial arts wins over fucking rings. I'm giving it shit, but there are a couple of credits that I have to give, okay? First off, Awkwafina and Simu Liu. They both play their roles excellently. They play really well with one another. I like their chemistry. I like he's got his charm, he's got his wit, and he's very relatable. And that's something that this movie can't take away from him. That's top job acting right there. He did the best of what he could do with this fucking shit dialogue. And the other thing that was really, really cool was the first action scene on the bus. Oh my god, amazing. Everything about it. It was quick, it was timely, it was like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? But yeah, that whole scene, fantastic. Why couldn't the whole movie be like that? Duh! The entire story of Shang-Chi is basically the same as Black Widow. He's got the same fucking backstory as well. The only thing that's different is Dementor dragons. Speaking of which, why are there Dementor dragons? Dragons have never existed in the MCU now, and they shouldn't have existed first. This movie, as well as the Eternals, steps away from the reality of the MCU. And I feel like that's what people liked about the MCU, is that it was grounded in reality. Even though, yes, sure, magic fucking hammer, a lot of it is ridiculous. But at least it played to its strengths. This does not. Everything about it was useless. What is it? The plot points about Shang-Chi's father, like listening, like hearing his mother's voice. It's like, oh, your mother's dead. No, she's not. She's alive. She's dead. She's alive. She's alive. Shut the fuck up. Overall, I really just I did not like this new iteration that we're going into Marvel, where they set everything out in fucking space or, in the mystic realms and whatever. It's fucking bullshit. I give Shang-Chi a 3 out of 10. Now let's get the fuck to Eternals, because boy, do I have some shit to say. Let's start off with how fucking long it is, okay? This movie is Avengers Endgame with no fucking backstory whatsoever. You don't know any of the characters. You don't know any of their fucking motivation. It is throwing you into the deep end, but the deep end is Mercury. It's filled with mercury. You're dead. There's one rule in this movie, and it's basically that the Eternals cannot interfere with human interactions with themselves. They can only interfere when it's got to do with the fucking demons from A Quiet Place 2. They break their own fucking rule all the fucking time. There's a genocide going on, and he's like, hey, I'm going to stop it. Meanwhile, while Thanos was fucking snapping away half the fucking reality, they're just like, no, not my problem. Not my issue. They kept saying the world was ending as well. Didn't fucking see any of that. The only time that we actually get to see maybe an extinction level event is an earthquake. And an earthquake that goes all around the world, but it doesn't affect a single human being. Like, one person was about to die, but then the character saves him by turning the artifact into dust. And that's it. There was not a single piece of dialogue in this movie that wasn't just exposition dumping. And when the exposition was dumping, none of it was important. It was all fucking bullshit dialogue that could have saved the movie about, I don't know, an hour at least. The spaceship in the movie that the Eternals, like, I don't know, seemingly like wake up from. It's like a slumber party. It's a fucking Dorito. The only real interesting character in this fucking movie is Brian Tyree Henry, because he actually has something to lose. He's got his family to worry about now. And that's a perfectly fine, thing to worry about. None of the other characters have anything remotely close to that. They've all got like shitty fucking love interests that are underbaked, underdeveloped, and fucking useless. There was nothing memorable about any one of them. I didn't even remember their fucking superpowers, for Christ's sakes. Angelina Jolie's character has the superpower equivalent, the superhero equivalent of bipolar. It's stupid. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. And one minute they're like, oh, okay, let's be all chummy and friends, and the next minute she's trying to kill them. And at the end of that, they're just like, it's okay. It's not you. It's not your fault. Shut the fuck up. Stupid fucking character. Stupid fucking writing. The scenery. Now, Chloe Zhao, I praised for giving amazing scenery in Nomadland. That was the only fucking good thing about that movie. This movie, it's shit, okay? Every single beach scene or establishing shot is yellow washed as fuck. Every single place from Australia to Iraq to Mexico looks like they took one shot and then moved 6 steps to the right and took another shot and then moved another 6 steps to the right. And that's how it looks. It is disgusting. It is disgusting in general how lazy this movie is. And for it to be a 3-hour fucking epic of nothing going on is stupid and bullshit and ridiculous. I would have more fucking enjoyment of watching paint dry for 3 hours. It was much better use of my time, and it would have cost less as well. The cinema going experience that I had with this movie also was the fucking worst, but I'm not going to credit that to Marvel or the Eternals or anything, because I'm not going to blame Marvel for a guy getting his dick sucked right next to me. It was traumatizing enough, nauseating, but it's not Marvel's fault. I gave Shang-Chi a 3 out of 10, and I'm going to give the Eternals a 2 out of 10, and I'm going to give my life at this point a 1 out of 10 because I'm done. I'm fucking done. Thanks for watching. Good night.